Well, movie making definitely has ups and downs, and it looks like DC Studios has finally hit a bit of a snag. We've got an update on Sgt. Rock and its potential star Daniel Craig exiting the project. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what we're hearing, what's going on, and what big actor is being eyed to replace him in the upcoming DC Studios film. Well, this news caught me a little bit off guard, but sometimes the behind-the-scenes drama in Hollywood, well, is hard to predict. Now, as many of you know, several months ago, we found out that DC Studios was developing a Sgt. Rock film, and it was going to have Academy Award nominee Luca Guadagnino attached to direct the project, and it was even scheduled to kickstart production at the end of this year. Now, earlier today, we found out that the lead of the film, Daniel Craig, aka James Bond himself, is no longer joining the DC universe as Sgt. Rock and will not be part of the project. Now, initially, this was reported by Nexus Point News, so we want to give points to them. But since the story dropped, all three major trades have confirmed, so it seems like this is definitely a locked deal. And the trades did provide us with a couple of details that I found interesting. Now, apparently, the reason he decided to leave the project is officially unclear. But The Hollywood Reporter says some of their sources have told them there were scheduling conflicts with the fall shooting schedule, and other sources claimed there was a bit more. Apparently, Daniel Craig was very disappointed with the box office performance and lackluster recognition for the last project he worked on with his director, Queer, and that resulted in him deciding to reevaluate his film choices. Now, however, Variety says Craig was never actually officially committed to star in the movie, and the formal deal was never in place, meaning there may have only been an offer on the table, and he was just somebody on DC's wish list that they weren't able to lock down. Regardless, Daniel Craig has decided to pass on the role, and now this major DC character is up for grabs. This is where it gets a little more interesting, and we might have a new face that I could kind of see as part of this role. Now, according to Jeff Snyder, two-time Emmy-winning actor Jeremy Allen White, who's probably best known for Shameless, The Bear, and Iron Claw, has now been offered the lead of Sgt. Rock. At this point, there's no word at all on which way he's going to go, on whether he'll accept or pass, but the studio is apparently pretty confident they can find a way to bring him on board. Now, White is currently in the midst of filming the 4th season of The Bear and is expected to wrap up the current batch of episodes in May. So this would definitely leave his schedule very clear for a 2025 shoot, and as far as actors go, I could pretty much see him taking up the role of Sgt. Rock. Now, from everything we're hearing, James Gunn and Peter Safran are really quite big on the Sgt. Rock project, which has a script written by Justin Kurziz, who also wrote Queer and Challengers, and apparently they want to pretty much make it a straightforward war film, which I find pretty interesting after introducing G.I. Robot with Sgt. Rock and Creature Commandos, which absolutely suggests to me the character could be part of that film. I suppose you could still have G.I. Robot as part of a war film, but that definitely would make it a little more fantastical. We're going to have to wait and see what James Gunn and the rest of the crew do with this, but at this point, it looks like Sgt. Rock is indeed happening, but no longer has Daniel Craig in the lead. We're going to follow this one pretty closely. I think Sgt. Rock is a great project for DC Studios to do something different, and if Jeremy Allen White ends up taking the role, I think it is still on a path for success. How it works out? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the real, truthful superhero news, and we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are really in the know.